Hi. How many of you are familiar with LinkedIn? Ooh, lots of hands. How many of you have a profile on LinkedIn? Good. Keep your hands up if you use LinkedIn as a business tool. And how many of you are in LinkedIn every day? Really? One? Two. Me, too. Yeah. Every day. I have found a way to make LinkedIn productive for me in my business life, and I'm going to show you how to do that today. How to make it productive. But I'm going to take you through a little journey or through a conversation around a different way to think about LinkedIn. Not from a how do you click here, what do you do there, but more of a strategic nature. So we're going to talk about LinkedIn, and we're going to talk about it from a hacker's point of view. So what's a hacker? So a hacker, I'll bet you have a picture in mind, and maybe it looks something like one of these. You know, a hacker. Yeah. You know, don't you just think, okay, when you see somebody sitting in the dark, somebody that's working on their laptop and they're doing something deviant, they're trying to get into your computer, they're this geeky, techno, nerdy kind of guy that maybe has something evil in mind, right? Well, as I was preparing for this presentation, I started really looking at hackers and reading about them, and I found out there were some interesting characteristics about hackers. So a hacker is absolutely fed up with the status quo. So hackers think that status quo sucks. They're very curious. In fact, part of what drives their curiosity is boredom. They're not challenged by things in their life. They're having a hard time keeping focused on anything. So they get really curious about how can I do something different? How can I look at this in a different way? They also have a lot of passion, and that really gets them fueled up to go do something different. And ultimately, the true hacker is somebody that is obsessed with an end game. Obsessed with, if they're trying to do something illegal, it may be getting into your computer to get your identity or your money. Or it could be just obsessed with getting to the goal of getting more customers, hiring the perfect candidate, or whatever it may be in your business. So as I started realizing that, oh, here's some characteristics of hackers, if you take away the name hacker and just look at the characteristics, this looks like a lot like the characteristics of an entrepreneur. And I started realizing there's not a lot of difference there. And when I was doing some reading by Sir Ken Robinson, who wrote the book The Element, how finding your passion changes everything. And he uses examples of people that had a really hard time in their educational life. They were not somebody that dealt really well with institutional life or the status quo of the bureaucracy of school. And when they got out of school, they flourished. And these were people like Paul McCartney, people like Richard Branson, like Bill Gates. And all of a sudden you realize that this hacker mindset is something that's pretty powerful if you unleash it, if you give yourself permission to be a hacker. Okay, so let's explore the hacker mindset. And so I've got a strategy. This is my strategy. I'll pretend I'm a hacker. And this is my strategy for using LinkedIn as a tool for business. So there are 5 strategic hacks, all right, that we're going to talk about. And they go like this. The first one is be yourself. The second, build networks, add value, touch lives, and stay open. So let's talk about each one individually. First of all, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. I mean, think about that. Really, how difficult is it to be yourself? Not very, if you're true and honest with yourself. So be yourself, even online, even your professional self on LinkedIn. In fact, your profile should be a professional mirror to who you are. So have somebody else look at your professional profile on LinkedIn and ask for their feedback. Does it look like me? Does it sound like me? Does it sound like the person you know in business? Okay? So use your profile to attract relevant contacts. So what that means, it could be candidates, it could be referral sources, could be prospects to your business. Whatever you define as relevant, use your profile as a starting place for them to get to know you and your business to find out if it's really a good fit that way. Okay? Now you notice that if you don't have a goal, if you don't have a purpose in mind for all of these things, you'll end up spinning your wheels a little bit. So make sure before you start going back to your LinkedIn profile or start using LinkedIn, sit down with yourself and think about, what am I going to use this for? Am I going to use it to find candidates for my business because I'm an HR person? Or am I in sales and marketing and I want to attract the perfect prospects and convert those to clients? Okay? Whatever that may be, or it may just be I want to strengthen relationships with my business partners. Okay? Whatever that may be, keep your goals in mind as you go along, just like the hacker does. All right, and then find commonalities. Use your profile to connect with people that have similar values and similar interests. Share your personal stuff. If you're a ballroom dancer or you love watching Dancing with the Stars, put it on your professional profile. It's a way to connect with people. It's a way to start a conversation and put your whole self out there and get them to get their professional guard down and really begin to think about you as a person, not just the title or the role that you play. So here's some other things you should do with your profile. Connect with others that you meet. As my rule is to connect with people that I either meet in person or meet online. Okay? And if I get an unsolicited invitation to connect, I'll usually send them a message that I prefer to connect with people that I've met in person or on the phone. I'd be glad to set up a time to have a conversation with you. Let me know if you're interested. And about 2/3 of the time, I never hear from them. Okay, so they were not really interested in getting to know me. They were interested in my 1,200 or 1,300 or however many connections I have in my network. Okay, so have a plan and be polite about it. Endorse others. You see this sometimes, people are endorsing you. Be honest, sincere, and make sure that you're endorsing somebody for what they really do. And they will in turn endorse you. The endorsements are not something I usually solicit, unless it's for a keyword phrase that I really want to own, in my profession. And then it's not inappropriate to go ask for people to endorse that. All right. Follow others. Follow businesses. You can go to the business page, follow businesses. They may be prospects that you're trying to dance with and get to date with and get to know. Or you can just follow businesses, competitors in your own industry, but follow them to see what's going on in their industry. Use your profile to tell your story. The summary, I love the summary page. The summary that I've written is in third person. So that way, if somebody needs to introduce me for a presentation, I just say go to my LinkedIn profile, grab what paragraph sounds good for the situation, and read it right from there. So it's as though somebody else was talking about me, because one of the things I believe is the best things said about me are said by others. Okay? And the same thing holds true for you. Keep your profile current. Hack number two. Build networks, and notice that it's networks, not one network. You want to connect your networks. By the way, the graphic that's up there, that at some point about 2 years ago, that's what my network looked like. And this was a special program at LinkedIn. They've disabled it now, but it actually was a graphical representation of your network, and you could zero in on each one of those dots on there and see who they're connected to and how they're connected. It was a pretty slick tool. They got something else coming out. So watch for that. Pay attention to LinkedIn. They're always changing some things. Okay, so number 2, build networks. First of all, if you have a smartphone, and it's not a BlackBerry, if it's an Android, iOS, or a Windows phone, there's an app for that. So get mobile, get it, and use it. I have a Windows phone and use my Windows phone mobile app almost every day. I am on LinkedIn every day, but not always on the mobile, and it's very handy, great way to find people. I can't remember that person's name. I can look, and there they are. It's just a great tool to find out who they're connected to and so on. And many of the basic functions that are there on the desktop version are also there on the mobile version. So get mobile, join groups. The fastest way to extend your network and your networks is to join groups. Join relevant groups. Join groups that you can contribute to and add conversation to. Join groups where you're going to learn something. Okay? So join groups, and don't be afraid to join a whole bunch. One caution: if you do that, if you join groups, make sure that you go into the group settings and adjust the messaging so that it meets your needs. Because some of those groups, there's enough activity that they're going to send stuff out every day, and it'll feel like spam because you can't keep up with it. So just adjust it to whatever works for you. Set reminders. So one of the things that most people don't realize is LinkedIn is very quietly turning into a very powerful CRM. It's actually turning into a tool that you can use to manage your relationships. And one of those tools is if you meet with somebody, or you can find their profile and then set a reminder to contact them in a week or 2 weeks or a month or two. So there's a really cool little system to do that. You can also tag your contacts. So you can create categories for your contacts, and maybe they're prospects. I mean, you could actually do, like funnel. You can, name them like a funnel nomenclature. Or you could say, these are my high school buddies, these are my college buddies, these are the other people that I've met, or networking folks. However you want. I actually use it to, and I break them into 3 categories, and I break them into advocates, amiables, and acquaintances, and those are terms for my gifted referrals program, and which basically tells me where they are and how well I know them and how well they know me. So find a way, your own way to tag your contacts, and then you can send messages to everybody in that tag. Okay, so you're basically creating groups of people that you want to stay and connect with. So the bottom 3 words: inform, connect, engage. Those are part of the activities, or the communication activities for those three circles I was talking about. So acquaintances, the purpose of messaging for my acquaintances is to inform and keep them informed about what's going on in my business. Okay? LinkedIn's a great tool for that. Amiables, people that have a story to tell about me, maybe clients or former clients. I want to stay connected with them. So I'm telling them stories. Again, LinkedIn is really good. I'm sending them articles, or sending them links to other person's articles, or introducing them to other people. And then engage is the advocate level. This is like your referral partners, your joint ventures. These are the people that are closest to you that you want to engage on a regular basis and make sure that they know exactly what's going on in your business. Okay. Number 3, hack number 3. So if I don't add value to your life and I disappear, how sad is that? For all of us. Don't you want to make an impact on people's lives and people's businesses? So here's just 4 power words to help you think about ways to do that. So when you add value, so my goal every day, every interaction, is to add value to the people that I touch. Okay, so in ways I do is I'll share an experience, share a story, share something, share a referral, share an introduction. Okay, so share something, care about them, step up proactively and just say, hey, I've missed you. Hey, happy birthday. I see that something's changed in your life. Let's get together. Be proactive and show that you care. Teach something, write an article, or inspire others to do something different in their life, or do something that they haven't ever done before. So find ways that will help you or help them stay connected to you. Number 4, very similar to add value, is touch lives. Touch lives is connecting at the emotional level. So the way we do that is to be present. In other words, be visible even online. In LinkedIn, be there, be seen, clicking here, click there, like this, do that, comment on that, say hello, be visible out there. Be professional, or as my mom would say, be courteous and considerate. Make sure that you're saying nice things and professional things. This is not anonymous. You are actually putting your name on everything you do. So, it's part of your reputation that you're putting out there. Be referable. Do what you say you're going to do. Be reliable. Be remarkable is being worthy of being talked about. What are you doing in your business, or what are you doing with the people that you interact with to be remarkable? What's causing them to talk about you after you've left their presence? That's being remarkable. And then be invaluable. One of the best things that we can hear as an entrepreneur and as a business person is that I couldn't have done it without you. What a great feeling, what a great way to know that you've actually made a difference and that you're an invaluable. And ultimately, we want to get to a place where we've earned somebody's trust. And trust is an emotion. You want them to feel that, because as Maya Angelou says, they'll forget what you said, they'll forget what you did, but they won't forget how you made them feel. And if they feel like they can trust you, that's a very powerful thing. Okay, and number 5, stay open. So live your brand. Part of being yourself. Be conscious of everything that you do and how it drives what people think about you, because ultimately you can be branding, you can be acting out, but really your brand is the reputation that you have, that what others think of you. It's the perception they have of you. So live it, own it. Okay? Answer requests. If somebody sends you a message, answer it. Have a plan to answer the request. And even if it's canned, by the way, when you want to connect with somebody, never just send the canned message. My trick is I use the sentence that's there, and in front of the sentence I add, since we just met yesterday at Business Theater Live, comma, I'd like to add you to my LinkedIn profile. So personalize it a little bit. It's not hard to do. Think of something, but make them feel like it's more than just a canned request. Okay? And then, by all means, part of being a hacker is allowing yourself to be vulnerable. Take a chance. Be curious. Snoop around. Click on this. Click on that. Go around and find a way to get done what you need to get done. Okay, so there they are, the 5 strategic hacks. Be yourself. Build networks. Add value. Touch lives. Stay open. Notice that the first 4, 80% of the hacks are about giving, putting out. 20%, the last one, is about receiving. This isn't going around asking for referrals or begging for business. It's not that at all. It's putting out first and then being there and ready to receive. So are you a hacker? Are you tired of the status quo? Tired of using LinkedIn the same old way? Ready to try something different? Are you passionate about your goals? You got your business goals? And can LinkedIn be a part of that? Probably. If you deal with people, what business doesn't? Okay. And you value business relationships, LinkedIn is the place to be for that. And are you obsessed with achieving your results? And transfer that to how you use LinkedIn. So here are some of my favorite hackers. Yeah, thank you very much.